Alrighty, back like we never left. Heading to the gym now. Gonna hit a little bit of a bench today. Like I said earlier, we're gonna be testing kind of where my strength is at. So what's probably gonna happen is we're gonna come into the gym and I'm probably gonna work up to, just kind of depending on how the weight feels, I'm probably going to work up to probably 315 on bench, and we're gonna attempt that for at least one rep, maybe two. Just depends on how we feel. Don't want to overdo it, but also want to get a feel for where my strength is. So we'll see, but it's probably going to be 315 for at least one. So yeah. I've been trying to take it really easy. I know I probably sound like I'm a broken record, but been really trying to take it easy on recovery. It's important as you get older. Your body's you're not 20, 21 anymore. You're not as resilient. You're not invincible. You have to come to terms with your mortality, things like that. Of course, I wouldn't really consider myself old. I'm 33. I'll be 34 in a few months. But I'm definitely not as young as I used to be. And so you got to keep a keen eye on recovery. And recovery, as I get older, has become more and more important. And I put a lot more emphasis on it. It's kind of where gains are made, man. It's kind of where gains are made. Gains are definitely made in the gym. You've got to show up to the gym, and you've got to lift weights, or run, cycle, swim, row, CrossFit, whatever it is you're training for, strongman competition, whatever it is that you're training for. You have to show up and condition your body to do that. It's important. You have to tear muscle fiber in order for it to grow. So that is a part of the process. I'm not saying that it isn't, but gains are also made outside of the gym. Gains are also made outside of the gym, in the form of diet and nutrition, in the form of sleep, in the form of resting when you feel like you need to, when you listen to your body and your body's saying, hey man, we've been going hard for 3 weeks now, I need a break. If you're overly fatigued, if you're tired all the time, if you're really sore and it just won't go away, it's probably signs that you should be listening to your body a little better. And so you have to prioritize that and remember that rest is important, man. Rest is important. It's just as important as I would honestly say solid rest and recovery is probably more important than a perfect training program. Because if you execute the perfect training program perfectly, it doesn't really mean anything if you're not recovering from it. If you're not allowing your body the time that it needs to repair its muscles and grow and adapt to the stress that you've put it under, it means nothing. It means nothing. It's the reason why you shouldn't go into a gym and just continually max out all your lifts, because you're not progressively overloading, but you're also not really giving your body a chance to recover and perform at its peak. So gains are made outside of the gym too. And as I've gotten older, it's something that I've really kind of put more of a focus on, is just making sure that I'm recovering adequately. So for all you youngsters out there that think you're invincible, make no mistake, you might be now, but give it 10 or 15 years, and you'll probably be singing the same song I am right now. But especially as I kind of ramp up my training, I ran this morning, just a 2 miles this morning, nothing crazy. But I'm gonna start running. I'm gonna start putting more miles on my shoes in the coming weeks and months to prepare for the Hyrox. So I want to make sure that I am recovering adequately because of that. Because I mean, running is a stress, dude. Stress on your knees, you know. It's an impact cardio event, you know. So that, and coupled with the other cardio that I'm toying with doing, with like rowing and skiing, just to kind of familiarize myself with those events. You know, I'm gonna be a little bit more fatigued, you know. I'm gonna be a little bit more fatigued. I'm already a pretty strong, like, I don't know, athlete, I guess. Like, I'm not going into this blind. Like, I'm not starting from zero right now, you know. I lift weights and I do cardio already. I was already training for a run, so hopefully it won't be as big a shock to my body. But, you know, still definitely need to prepare for the idea that it might be. And I will probably need to get really good at recovery to make sure that I can keep up for the next 2 months, make sure my body can keep up for the next 2 months. I need to really prioritize recovering. So, you know, just remember that as you get older, you know, you're not going to be invincible forever. There was a time where I thought I was bulletproof. I didn't think I was bulletproof, man. I was bulletproof, but that time has come and gone. And so it's, you know, time for me to take a more an approach that's based more on longevity and continuing to do the things that I do until I'm older. So key takeaway is that you know, gains are also made outside the gym, and that's a lot of what you do outside of the gym. Your lifestyle outside of the gym can dictate performance in the gym. If you don't sleep well, if you don't eat well, you know, these things are going to impact performance in the gym and muscle growth, and muscle and CNS adaptations. So you got to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing outside of the gym as well, just as much as you want to go in and do what you should be doing inside of the gym. Making sure that you're doing the things that you should be outside of the gym. Well, don't sleep on that. That's just as important. So I guess we're gonna go in next week. I'll start my new program in the gym. I'll start my new weightlifting program to help me kind of prepare for the Hyrox, and then yeah, I've already started the you know, the half marathon training. So that's in full swing. So looking forward to kicking off the new weightlifting program. But it all starts here and now, today, whenever we start testing strength, so that we can get a good idea of where to put the weight for the coming program. Just want to make sure I have a good idea of where I should be, what numbers I should be using for my strength. So pulling into the gym now. God, it looks busy, dude, for 11:30 on a Monday. Looks like a lot of people here. But pulling into the gym now, I'm gonna go inside and get warmed up, and then yeah, we'll probably meet again, you know, right around whenever I attempt 3:15. Might film the last couple warm-ups, not sure yet, we'll see. But yeah, we'll see inside. All right, I just hit 300 for a single. I didn't film it because I anticipated another jump, but 300 was basically RPE 9, so we're not gonna jump. But got a good gauge where at least bench strength is, hopefully. I was really hoping for 315, but you know, 300, it's a win, I guess. 300 for what would essentially have been, you know, maybe 2. Would have put my max right at like 315, 320. So I don't know, I guess we're kind of right back where we were, but that's all good. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do a couple of back offsets here, 225, just kind of, I don't know, just because, and then we're gonna move on to some accessories. So yeah, no bench video today, but next week. All right, after the top set on bench, I just really wanted to put some weight on the bar and throw it around for no other reason than really I just wanted to. I could, so I did. And so I put 225 on the bench and did 2 sets of 4. This is the second set of 4 right here. Again, just wanted to get a little extra stimulus on my chest, so I just threw a little bit of light weight on and decided to push it around for some reps before I did my accessories, just like I said, just because I could. So this is the second set of 4 at 225. Enjoy. All right, and we're done. Kind of another like BS day today, just in terms of, you know, programming. Bench didn't really go as well as I'd hoped, but you know, it is what it is. We're still in the discovery phase. We're in strength building. My goals are different, and I got to remember that, you know, like I got to remember that you know, I'm not really like powerlifting anymore. Still obviously like to maintain some strength while I'm doing this training for the High Rocks. But got to remember that, you know, I've transitioned from powerlifting to this. It's just you know, it's just a different season in my training. So I can't be too upset whenever, you know, my strength training or my strength levels, kind of take a hit because of it. You know, it is what it is. We're still in the gym. We're still training. Still strength training. Still trying to make the gains, as it were. But just transitioned to a different season of training right now. I'm training for something completely different. So, anyways, like I said in the bench video, or not in the bench video, but in the video I recorded in the gym. Did not record the top set because I did not plan on 300 being the top set, but it was. So did not want to make another jump. I probably could have hit 315, but it would have been like excuse me, like RPE 10, 9.5, 10, and I was trying to avoid getting up to that level of intensity. I didn't really want to push past like RPE 9 because although I am trying to test strength levels, I'm also not trying to go just absolute ham and gas my muscles ahead of a new training program. So I feel like I did a pretty good job. Had some good self-discipline to not bump up to 3 plates, even though the desire was there. I thought about it, if only for a moment, and then ended up deciding just to keep it where it was. And then I did a couple drop sets at 225, just sets of I think 4, just to, I don't know, just felt like doing it. Wanted to bench a little bit more, so I did. And then from there we just went into accessories, you know. Accessories being, you know, I think I did some lat pull downs, chest flies, and lateral raises. I didn't do any like curls or tricep extensions. Don't know why, just kind of didn't. And then kind of ran, like, you know, more or less ran out of time. So whatever. So I've got a pretty good gauge for where bench is going to be. I think I'm just gonna keep the bench number the same as where it's been, which I think I've been using 320. So I'll just keep it there. You know, it is what it is. Tomorrow on squat, I don't really know. I'm not running tomorrow. but I don't really know what I'm gonna work up to on squat. Probably gonna be at least 405, but ideally we want something maybe a little heavier. Try and get a good picture of what the 1 rep max might be. Who knows? I may do 405 on squat for a double and just call it a day. You know, we're just got to see how the weights are moving. Squat's not been feeling super strong since coming back from my illness. Last week, whenever I did squats, I worked up to 365, and you know, they felt okay, but 365 felt a lot heavier than it should have. So just have to keep that in mind. I think tomorrow, whenever we're working up to the top set, that hey, you know, if 365 moves like complete crap, you know, we're probably gonna want to maybe limit the number of jumps that we do from there. So, but I'm thinking at least 405. If I do 405, it'll probably be for a double, or at least an attempted double, just depending on how the weight moves. This is just me taking singles and doubles for RPE 9 and kind of you know, guesstimating from there. I just want to make sure that I'm using good numbers for this new program. So yeah, not gonna get carried away, that's for sure. Oh, I did notice too, and talking about getting carried away, I did notice that there is some equipment in the gym that I normally go to. It's kind of tucked off in the corner that may be beneficial for Hyrox training. I knew they had rowers. They've got 2 rowers in there. They're not Concept 2 rowers, but I mean, I'm not that picky. A rower is a rower. It's better than no rower. They don't have a ski erg. I didn't see, but the other gym I go to does. But this gym has rowers. They've got sandbags, I saw, and then they've got, I knew they had kettlebells, and I saw they have a wall ball target. So, I mean, I may try to kind of incorporate like a little bit of wall ball action into my routine at some point. Like I said, I just kind of want to familiarize myself with the movement, because I've never really done wall balls. You know, it's not been something that I've really practiced a whole lot. So maybe a good idea to kind of get myself familiar with the way it feels, and you know, how much power is needed to get the ball up. I think it's 10 feet for men. So yeah, discovered all that today, so that's pretty cool. Might come in handy. I may end up doing like a little conditioning circuit on like Tuesdays with the rower and wall balls. I may just try to figure something out in terms of like Hyrox specific training on Tuesdays, like after my leg day. It might be a good way to really like torture myself, is to go do a bunch of squats and leg movements, and then move over to the Hyrox training and, you know, row and do wall balls and kettlebell swing or whatever, you know, just like torture myself on a conditioning circuit. But you know, gotta prep, man, gotta prep. And I'm looking for, I may not do anything super crazy, because I'm still haven't, you know, like I was saying earlier, this is gonna be something that, you know, I need to like kind of build into, and not just hit the ground running and start, you know, doubling my training essentially, and like you know, just really running myself into the ground by week 4. So not even week 4, week 2 or 3, you know. So just gonna kind of take it slow, but I may experiment, you know, just to kind of see. Definitely will experiment with this ski erg on Fridays, and my wife said she was gonna come with me once I told her they had a ski erg and a sled. I was like, man, she said something about coming with me, and I was like, man, let's go, dude. Of course, we know Fridays for me is deadlifting and like secondary squats. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, another successful day at the gym. Good day of training. Running this morning, bench today. Guess all we have to do now is wake up again tomorrow and repeat the process. So yeah, I guess you know, we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, thanks. We'll see you next time.